Hey y'all, so today I want to talk to you about using your astrological chart to set goals for yourself. So that the idea here is that you will be working with the energies active in your chart rather than against them. And I'm going to focus on the solar return chart, but you can use this method with um, your lunar return chart, your progressions, and even with your natal chart to set lifelong goals and aspirations for yourself to think about. But really quick, the solar return chart is basically a transit chart that is cast for the exact moment that the sun returns to the same degree, hour, minute it was at the time of your birth. And astrologers use this chart to tell you about trends and possibilities that will be in your life or happen to you while that chart is active, usually around the time of your birthday to your next birthday, so about a year. The lunar return chart is only good for about a month, and they sort of build up uh, on one another, but I'm digressing. So I'm going to be using my own solar return chart as a reference here in my examples, and just for reference, I just turned 50 2 months ago, the middle of September, and some of the things that I'm going to talk about here are already in play, but um, and this is going to be very layered, so I'm going to give you some different. You can take this as far as you want to or little as you want to. So if you are a beginner astrologer, you're just learning and you want to do this, you might want to just focus on your sun sign. Um, so of course, when you're in your solar return chart, the sun will be in the same sign it was at the time of your birth, but it will be a different house based on the exact time. Um, so the sun in your chart is light and heat. Um, whatever house your sun is in, it lights it up, and light is also heat, meaning just like heat will cause water to boil, it speeds up activity. That's what I'm trying to say. Light, heat, and activity. There's a lot of activity going on there where things are happening in that house because the sun is there. You can also think of the sun as like the spotlight for a stage. So there's a play going on, and let's say there's 12 characters on there, but the sun is shining on that one character that you can see, but you can't see the other ones. Um, so basically, what you do is, if you're familiar with astrological interpretation, you're probably collecting your keywords for planet signs and houses. So what you want to do is use your keywords, gather your keywords for the planet sign and house. Now, for the example in my chart, the sun is in Virgo and the 12th house. So the sun's mantra is I am, right? Which is also a powerful affirmation. Virgo is I analyze. And then the 12th house is your subconscious, it is your karma, your undoing, the unknown, the house of mystery, things of that nature. So if we take those keywords together, you get I am, I analyze, subconscious. So you can string those together and then rewrite it to say something like, uh, I am analyzing my subconscious. And remember, the sun is very focused. So, and it's activity. So you might want to throw those words in there and change that to, uh, I am focusing my activities on analyzing my subconscious. And then that becomes your goal once you do that. So your goal for that year is to focus your energy and activities on uh, analyzing your subconscious. Now, interestingly, I said my birthday was in the middle of September. Around my birthday, I found a book called The New Diary by Tristan Rainier. And this book is from the 70s. I found it at the thrift store. And this lady, she analyzed hundreds of published diaries and private diaries that were donated to her. And she identified 4 modes of expression and 7 methods that diarists, people who keep diaries or journalers, use in their diaries to work through their subconscious, work through their problems, analyze their dreams, reflect on their life. So this isn't about, oh, today I woke up late, I had a bagel, my boyfriend wanted to argue with me, and I just left him, and I haven't spoken to him, all that. It's not like that. It's really using these techniques to explore your inner realms, your outer realms, and help you process what is going on in your life externally and internally. And so I had decided for my 50th birthday that I would keep a diary. I've committed to do this for a year, and I've already done some of the things in the book, applied it to my life. For example, one of the exercises is making a list of the stepping stones of your life. How did this lead to this, lead to this, lead to now, So that's a goal I set using my chart, in which I'm actually doing. Now again, if you're a beginner, you might want to stop there. If you're more intermediate, you might want to throw in your moon sign and your rising sign, because these are known as your big 3. So your moon sign would be your emotions, like what would be an emotional goal for you. Now what's interesting is in my chart, at my birthday, there was a new moon, which means that the sun and the moon were in the same house and sign. So my moon is also in Virgo and the 12th house. And your moon is all about nurturing yourself, nurturing others, your emotions, your feelings, what makes you feel safe and secure. So emotionally, I might have a goal of, I feel like analyzing my subconscious or my own undoing. And what's funny is when I string those together, I feel like analyzing my undoing. Since I turned 50, I'm thinking about my own death and my feelings about death and what comes after and the legacy I leave behind. So that is a goal. I'm thinking about what it means to me, what my beliefs are about death, and how I want to take care of myself in order to not prolong it, to prolong my life, not my death, and exercising self-care, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's times when I'm laying in bed at night and I think, oh my God, one day I'm going to die. I just feel this fear go through me. And not so much the fear of death, but maybe like the fear of pain. How's it going to happen? And the unknown of what comes after. So those are things that I'm also exploring. Let's look at your rising sign. In my chart for this, I have Libra rising in my transit chart, and Libra is also in my 12th house. So this return chart is 12th house heavy, but your rising sign is the energy that you project into the world, is one thing I've been taught. I was also taught that it's the first thing someone notices about you. And the great thing about your rising sign is it gives you the opportunity to explore different sides of your personality. For example, I'm a Virgo, but I'm not 100% pure Virgo. My rising sign in my birth chart is Scorpio. And so you have a little bit of each of the 12 signs of the zodiac in you. And these things mix and flow and change, and your personality mix and flows and change. These descriptors, these keywords that are associated with the signs, these are, some could say they're stereotypes, but they're also archetypes. And so just because you're a Virgo doesn't mean you can't be dramatic like a Leo or stubborn like a Taurus, So whenever you examine your rising sign, this gives you the opportunity to explore a different side of your personality. So with Libra in my first house in the transit chart, I might set a goal of trying to be more of a peacemaker in life because, again, I just turned 50. I'm old. I don't need a bunch of arguments and things going on. I might want to be more artistic, which I am. I'm an artist and writer. Um, so that just gives you an opportunity. I might look at the keywords associated with Libra and like, how can I project more of that into the world in order to become a more evolved person and human being? So those are your big three. Now, if you're advanced or if you feel comfortable, you can go down the whole line with all of your placements, right? So not Libra, your rising sign could be something that a part of yourself that you're projecting into the world, a part of your personality you might want to try on, a part of your personality you might want to evolve. The sun is your focus, the moon is your emotions. Now, Mercury, let's look at your Mercury placement, and you might say, how can I be a better communicator? How can I change my thinking to improve my life? Because if you are a law of attraction follower or certain metaphysical follower, we often believe that our thoughts shape our lives. So examining our Mercury and working with the Mercury energy present in our chart, you can think about how your thoughts can change your life for the better, how you can better utilize your chart. And if you look at the essential dignity, if it's in fall or detriment, you may have to work a little bit harder. Venus is a love sign, but it's also a money sign. So when you look at Venus, you might want to set a love goal or a money goal. Let's say if you are not in a relationship, you might write out a goal to help you find the type of love you're looking for, even if it's loving yourself. Or if you are in a relationship, you might use your Venus placements to write out a goal to help you improve your relationship. If you're more focused on money, you might look at your Venus placement to see how you can write a goal for yourself to become more abundant and prosperous. Mars is all about energy, drive, and passion. Where is the best place for me to put my energy and my drive and my passion? Look at the house right there. String your keywords together, put together a statement, and then turn that statement into a goal. Jupiter, where can I expand? Where can I grow as a person? Again, look at that house. Saturn is, where do I need to exercise more discipline in my life? What aspects of my life do I need to shore up? String those keywords together, turn it into a statement, turn that statement into a goal. Uranus, where can I be more spontaneous in my life? Saturn might be where I'm being too rigid. Uranus is where I want to be a little, less rigid, more eccentric, more spontaneous. Neptune is about perceptions. It's about deception, how we deceive ourselves, how we deceive others. So you might want to look at Neptune to see how you can be the opposite of deceptive. How can I be more clear with people, especially if you feel like you're someone who's often misunderstood, or if you have people around you who twist your words. You want to set a goal to be more clear, to be less deceiving with yourself and with others, because there are things that we deceive ourselves about. For example, online, I'm 35. Anyway, Pluto is about big changes. Big changes. So Pluto is all about transformation on a big scale. That type of goal might take you more than a year, but a year is pretty good. String those keywords together. What area needs the most transformation, and how can I make the most? If Pluto's in a house, you're going to experience some kind of transformation. So you want to see how you can make the most out of that transformation and steer it in a better place. You can also pull in Chiron. Chiron's keyword is I heal. What aspect of yourself, your life, needs to be healed? Turn that into a goal. North Node and South Node. I look at the North Node and South Node. South Node is like your comfort zone. It's a little box you put yourself in. It's driving the same way to work every day. It's buying the same product. It's cooking the same food. It's reacting the same way to certain stressors because that's what you know, that's what's comfortable for you. North Node is everything outside that box. So look at where your placements are with your North Node. Where can maybe the things that you are comfortable with aren't exactly working for you or aren't moving your life forward as quickly as they could be or moving your life forward at all. How can you step outside that comfort zone in order to improve your life and evolve? Um, and the other last thing I want to talk about is aspects. So when you look at your placements, you can look at your aspects, and we're just going to talk about two different type of aspects here. I'm not going to go into all of them, but there are basically hard or difficult aspects, and there's soft or easy aspects. So when you go back to that sun placement, when you write out your goal, so my goal was I am focusing my activities and energy on exploring my subconscious. So I might look at the aspects to my natal sun. Well, I mean, aspects to the transit sun, which would also be the natal sun. My sun is making a hard aspect to Mars. So hard aspects can give you motivation to get your goal done. It can also represent an obstacle that you will have to overcome. And soft aspects is what's going to help you achieve your goal. So with my sun having a hard aspect to Mars, what that tells me is that, you know, I may not always have that drive and energy. I may want to use my drive and energy for other things also, but if I use it correctly, I can get it done. Also, the Mars would also tell me that you really can't force certain processes. You have to just let things unfold naturally. So that's what really resonates with me is as I'm exploring my subconscious, I can't really force things along. I just have to kind of let it happen naturally. Um, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I had an idea in my head, it was aspect. Oh, the last thing, if you want to go even a step further, is you can look at the ruler of the houses. So, like in my chart, the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, and I have Mercury. Mercury's in the 12th house, so it kind of bleeds through. But anyway, you can look at the ruler of the houses to give you more keywords to string into your keyword sentences and write those goals. And like I said, I've thrown a lot of information at you today. You can use as little or as much as you want of this and just layer it. But I really feel like this is a great method. I've used it myself for many years to write goals for myself, set goals for myself, and work with the energies present in my chart. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video and have a great week ahead.